Good morning. Oh, I'm going to wait a minute. Okay. Good morning. This is Mona, and this is my morning view. I never know whether it's starting during the countdown or if it starts right after the countdown. Today, winter edition 2025. Last day of the winter edition of 2025 until we get to part B in December. Oh, it is actually spring. It was officially spring according to the calendar yesterday, because it's the day where it's equal amount of sunlight and equal amount of darkness. Oh, summer is the longest day and December the shortest day. It is on this spring / winter day 30 degrees with a wind, a massive wind. There was trying to connect. There we are. I don't know how much you got before I shut down. My Wi-Fi sucks. My data sucks. That's a feisty Friday moment to think about. All right. So, yes, it's 30 degrees with a wind, a pretty good wind. There was a storm that came in last night. Lightning and thunder made the cats lose all their hair when it all stood on end. They were on hypervigilance last night. The dog barked a lot. She barks at thunder. My grand dog barks at thunder too. There's lots of dogs that bark at thunder. So yeah, her and the cat were both not happy about the thunder. Oh my goodness. It is really cold on this Feisty Friday. It is Feisty Friday! I'm trying to think of something feisty to talk about. Oh, I know I got close to feistiness yesterday. I may have gotten close to feistiness a couple of days. And then here comes Feisty Friday, and it's like, I got nothing to be feisty about, except for there's ice on the deck, and I just slipped. Everywhere when it rained last night, this 30 degrees has sheened it. Huh. So, Feisty Friday. The day I get to complain. I get to offend. Even myself sometimes. I've offended myself. Because you know what? Sometimes we have to face those offenses in order to see that there's something that needs to change. Okay, I've got a moment. This is offensive. I don't know the facts on this, so don't quote me on it. But I heard that there was there we are, we're back. Okay, now we can go back outside. This is fun. In, out, roundabout, Wi-Fi. We spend all this money for internet. We spend money for cable. We have cable that has our internet. And yet, I cannot get a good connection. That's something feisty. Not sure what I can do about that. Because it's really annoying. Okay, so the thought was this, that there was this psychiatrist or psychologist, or I'm not sure exactly what their title was. They had gone in and interviewed like 30 school shooters, and they came out and they said there's one common thread. One common thread amongst all of them. They're all narcissists. Now, I know that a lot of people throw the word narcissist around a lot. A whole lot. But what's happened is we've created a generation, really, of individuals that think it's all about them. You don't believe me? Go out and try driving. They don't care about the rules. They do what they want. I see it where I work. Not all of them, but a great majority of them do what they want. And the others go, well, they can get away with it, so why can't I? Now, there was a time when I never sped in my car. I can't say the word never. Yeah, there we are. All right. So, on the occasions, I can't pace today. On the occasions that I did speed, I'd get a ticket. Everybody else I knew would get out of the ticket for one reason or another. Oh, your dad was in the military. Not your mom was in the military. Your dad was in the military. Okay, forget about me, because mom can't get you out of a ticket anyway. But your dad can get you out of a ticket because he was in the military. You have that military sticker on your parents' car. Yeah, I'll give you a break, Or just be safe, okay? Don't speed. Don't run the stop sign. Don't whatever. Because you had service, I won't give you a ticket. Now, we used to have these little cards from our friends that were police officers that it was basically a get out of jail free card. It wasn't jail, it was get out of a ticket free card. Kind of like, so on the occasion that you actually needed it, you could pull that out and they would give you a pass. Well, that didn't happen. What it did was just get me a lesser ticket, but I still got a ticket. And I had a really good reason for speeding that day. So anyways, I told a young man that I caught throwing the ball into the woods so that he could go into the woods yesterday, and made him sit out for a couple of minutes. And he's like, oh, but so-and-so did it too. And I'm like, I didn't catch so-and-so, I caught you. When I used to get those speeding tickets, I go, I don't understand why I always get caught. And I hardly ever do it. And everybody else does it all the time. Me and my over-exemplify everything. Always, never, most. Oh. I always speed. I hardly ever speed. And when I do, I get caught. I get a ticket. Why? Why is that? And somebody said that I was held to a higher standard. Higher standard? I don't want to be held to a higher standard. Why do I have to be held to a higher standard? Because you have a higher... Back. See how I magically appear from in the house to out the house, in the house and out the house? It's actually kind of handy because I don't have my glove. I left it at my daughter's and it's missing right now. So it has to be found because my fingers are freezing. I have other gloves, but they don't do any good, so it doesn't matter. Even those gloves, my fingers start to hurt when it's below freezing out here. So, anyways, where were we? Oh, because my friend said, because you have a higher calling. So a higher calling calls for a higher standard. I think I saw a baby bunny. I think he's hiding in the grass right now. He saw that I was looking at him and he crouched down. Which a chipmunk wouldn't do. How's that for spring? Ah, that is adorable. He's only like this big. Squirrel woman. Or bunny woman. So, with that, he knows I'm watching him. He ain't moving. Alright. Last time I saw a bunny in this yard, a baby bunny, my other dog, my dog that's no longer with me, was eating him over in the corner. Ah, yikes. It's Feisty Friday. I can say things like that. All right, so we're held to a higher standard because we have a higher calling. So it's imperative that we just don't do what everybody else does just because everybody else does it. So I'm looking at this boy who got in trouble yesterday, and I made him sit down. And I'm like, he's got a higher calling. He's got a higher calling, so therefore he has a higher standard. Because I have caught him multiple... Okay, back again. Do you like this magic trip, Luann? In the house, out of the house. Trying to search for Wi-Fi. Trying to search for some internet. and the amount of money that we have to pay for internet, and then it's not there. Oh, so I've caught him several times doing things that other kids do, but I didn't catch them, right? He's a good kid. I like him. But I believe he's called to a higher calling. And so he needs to start realizing what is the right thing to do versus what is the thing that everybody else is doing. The same thing with us. We can't just do what everybody else is doing, no matter how we feel about it. If we're called to a higher calling, which you know you are, you have a higher standard to meet. And instead of just life happening and you doing whatever you want and doing whatever everybody else is doing, you need to hold yourself accountable. You need to steward yourself. I've mentioned that word steward multiple times. Stewarding yourself so that you can meet the high mark. So you can meet the high mark. Because if you don't ever steward yourself, if you never steward yourself, you will end up in a place that you don't want to be. Every now and then, my husband's a YouTube addict. He really is. He can find things on YouTube, and it's like, I don't know if his friends tell him about it or what, but there's some different cameras set up around different towns that show the very worst of the worst, And so one of those places is a place called Kensington. Kensington's a part of Philadelphia where all the drug addicts can go and just do their drugs right there on the street, and people are walking back and forth, and you see this. And the other day, I caught it, because I don't turn it on. I don't want to watch that stuff. I want to watch what my brain is taking in. I don't just want to watch things just because that's, you want to know. You want to have the information of stuff that, why do we need to know this stuff? Other than that we can learn from it. We don't have to sit there and watch it. We can watch it once and learn from it. So this is the situation: is there's this child walking down the road with their parent, and I was like, do you think that child will see what's going on around him and go, I don't want anything to do with this? Or do you think that one day, 10, 15, 20 years from now, that child's going to be on that street, being a product of his environment? We don't have to be a product of our environment. If we are in a sucky situation, we don't have to stay there. Now, mind you, it has to do with the heart attitude towards, I'm never going to be like that. Because how many people say, I'm never going to be like my parent, and then they're just like their parent. I'm never going to do that because somebody that was in authority over them was like that, and they end up being just like that. You have to want to change for the right reason. You want to be different for the right reason. So, this higher calling, this, just warming up my hands. Just warming up my hands. No, internet, lovely. All right, so I have to be out here, or she will stand right here at the door and stare at me until I come out or ask her to come in. But she needs to do her business, so we need to be out here a little longer as she puts play first, because that's what she does. It's all about the play. Yes, it's all about the play. That's you. That's you. Where's she at? Right there. That's her. Wanting to play with her broken toys. She's got new ones, but she don't want to play with the new ones. She wants to play with the old broken ones. So, this higher calling that we're called to, this higher standard that we, for the most part, achieve mostly with God and not on our own. Because on our own, it's just willpower. And willpower wears out after a while. I mean, it can become a habit. And habits are okay. They're good if they serve you. But sometimes what happens is habits take over. And then when habits take over, the heart attitude isn't there. Right? So when you're doing things with the Lord, you keep your heart in the right space. And so when we're putting our heart in the right space, it's easier to steward what we are called to steward. Ourselves, our mind, our very being, our soul, our spirit, our body. We steward these things to a higher calling, for the high mark. I'm coming. If I go over there, I'm going to lose internet again. The internet is feisty. It's a feisty Friday. All right. We will slowly, step by step, inch by inch. It actually doesn't matter where I stand on this deck. I've had it cut out right here by the door. I've had it cut over in the corner. So it's really not a matter of that. So the high calling and high standard is best achieved when we're in right standing with God. When we are taking Him along, that we're allowing Him to teach us, to guide us, to help us through it. Versus trying to hold that beach ball under the water forever and ever. Because eventually that beach ball is going to come springing up out of that water. Because you can only hold it there for so long. That's willpower. So today, I'm going to close it down because between the internet and my hand is freezing and the wind blowing, and I still have to do the YouTube version. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot. Like the video. Comment here on Facebook. Go over to my YouTube page, Mona E. Harrison, where I have a couple of clunky videos going on because whenever I'm doing something new, it's always clunky. And so it's even affected this channel, this Facebook My Morning View. I've been clunky because I know that I'm trying to prepare it for YouTube, and it's gotten me a little nervous, and so I get this nervous giggle, and you know, But eventually it'll, you know, even out. Eventually it'll even out. So go over to my YouTube channel, Mona E. Harrison, like, subscribe, because I can only do 3-minute videos over there. Oh, dirty fingers from the toy. I can only do 3-minute videos over there right now. I need 50 subscribers for them to give me about 15 minutes. Or at least that's what it's telling me. My husband cannot figure out why, but that's what it is. For some reason, on my phone, it's only giving me 3 minutes unless I have 50 subscribers. So go over, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notifications, do comments, get the whole bells and whistles. Because even though I don't know what all the bells and whistles do, like notifications, do I have to send you a notification, or do I, when I come on live, it just sends you a notification? I don't know. I don't know these things because I'm not a tech guru. Oh, there we are. Had to go even deeper into the house. All right, so go in, hit all the bells and whistles, do all the notifications, and today, hold yourself accountable. Steward yourself. Don't just do things because other people are doing them. Do things because it's the right thing to do. Aim high. That's all I have for Feisty Friday. Thank you, Luann, for watching. Blessings, everybody. Have a great day. Don't forget, go to YouTube, Mona E. Harrison, hit subscribe, and blessings. Bye. See you on Monday. I might be starting my walking on Monday because it's spring, depending on the weather, because I'm a fair weather walker. So we might be walking, and if we're walking, I'm going to be on earlier. All right. Blessings, everybody.